for doing, you know, like you said, scoring 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
It's like, at this stage, you know, personally in my life, you know, when you get to a certain age, the only thing that's important, at least for me, is that, you know, when your kids remember you and they say, you know, your friends, and they say, you know what, whatever you say about this guy, you know, he did this, he did this, and he did this. So,
yes, sir.
Other than my, you know, wife, kids, parents, and family, as long as you remember, you know, the good stuff that I've done, I think that's really, you okay.
Yes, I did.
Because, you know, like I know, life is long. I mean, it's people that done a lot of great stuff. Michael Jackson was just here. You might have brought up Michael Jackson. And you ain't thought about Michael Jackson in months.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, his family though, thinking about him every day.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So then that's really where I'm at. I got to get to that.
So let me ask you this one question about, because I was talking to some other people about it, and what do you feel? What's your take on underprivileged? Do you think that they try to keep people under the rug, or they don't try to let people rise up, or do you think that when you're talking about low income or anything like that, we're talking about the word underprivileged, because you know it's used out a lot.
Right.
So,
overused now.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's overused. So do you think that they try to keep people, not only African Americans, and it's everybody. They say they're underprivileged. So do you think that it's not using the correct content?
To a certain degree.
I mean, granted, there's always going to be some social, economic issues that's going to
definitely
make you either get or not get.
Right.
Another thing is challenging, which is coming up. It's on the bubble, and it's something that we got to address. And I don't know where it is. A lot of kids now are mixed. I got a Spanish kid, white kid. You know, my daughter's black and white. My son's Puerto Rican and black. You know, my son's all black. It's a difference in all of them.
Yes.
Right.
I'm noticing, say for example, we can have the discussion, is Obama the first black president? Is he? His dad is from Africa. He didn't grow up with him. His mom, he grew up with a white lady in Hawaii. Is he the first black president? So what I'm saying, if
in reality,
if you come and you say, hey, they doing this and they went, he can't all the way say, because his mom, just like I tell my daughter, your mom is white. If somebody says anything negative about, you know, somebody that's white, that's part of you. Right. Like that's your mom.
Speak
up.
You
should feel like, don't ever say that.
Exactly.
That's my mama.
Exactly.
Just like if it's black. So it's another movement coming up, for example, like from Steph Curry's to the, you know what I mean? Like not the Steph Curry, but the Klay Thompson. Like all of it, if you look at who won the 3-point, like from athletes to, it's this new hybrid move is coming. So then you think to yourself, if I'm all black, seriously, like you look at this new, and I ain't saying new racism, but if I'm just black, right? And I have to compete, you know, it's all from the hair to all of that.
Exactly.
And all of these new hybrids coming up. And if I say, for a job, I need to get a black person, for, you know, I need it. Clearly, if Obama grew up in Hawaii, I mean, you know, and I say it because of the advantages that I knew when I was playing, you know, the people that I knew that had money that wasn't black. It put me in a good advantage. I knew what a microwave, we had all, you know, I was like, wow, this is, so I guess what I'm saying is like, that's the new, you know, even for my son, I was like, when people are murdered, is America tanning, you know, or is black people getting lighter? And that's the question. Like, is black people getting lighter, or is America tanning? And to me, I see it both ways, because sometimes it's even harder for my son now, because if you dark, you know, all black, then now you got a mixed guy. You kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And so it is. It's a weird climate right now, and we just got to figure out what it is. You know. I told my son, look, I said, pretty soon when you like 40, I said, they're going to have people that look like you, and then they're going to say, in case of emergency, break glass. You're going to be in there, look. This is how we used to look. They're going to have you in the lowest spot museum like this.
Right, you know.
Eating at the whole lunch table with Martha. And it's just what it is. So where are we at with that is all I'm saying.
You know. Yeah, man. So what's your take? Man, I don't know, man. That's a hit or miss question for me.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, underprivileged. Like you said, a lot of races are underprivileged.
Yeah, it is.
From my experience, I've seen a lot of underprivileged black kids, and it ain't fair. You know, I feel there's a lot of fields out there in the work field that a lot of African Americans are not allowed to know. For an example, real estate. A lot of African Americans are not lacking knowledge; they're just not told. Don't let them know about that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From my own due diligence. That's just an example, you know. So if a kid at school, for like my son is, you know, have his issues at his middle school, you know, and he might feel like he's been picked on because he's black, but he's mixed. You know, I go in these schools and I see one, you know, a white kid do this, but if a black kid do this, you know, why is that? You know, it's like that's a sort of underprivilege.
Right.
You know, what do? You can't act a fool.
No,
but you have to politically correct people at times and let them know that's not fair.
Right.
It's just how it is.
When you got the numbers, you good. Like I said, my daughters, uncles, and you know what I'm saying. You know, same as you. When you got the numbers, you know, when you think of, you know, one race makes up majority of America, and then you on that side and you got the numbers, that's a good thing. I don't look at it as a bad thing. And even from race to all of that, it's like, if it was more of us, it'd be the same way. So I don't get into the, it's like, I see it smaller more. I see it less than, people say they see it more. I see it less because I'm in it. I just know that if it was a majority anything, it'd be the same way. If it was more black people, it'd be the same way. That means we'd have more. The gym would have this. We'd be able to help me. So it's just a numbers game, man. So I don't even look at it as you know, more.
Yes, sir.
It's just a numbers game.
That's good. So you guys got anything else you want to add before we?
Just glad to be here. You know, I would just like to say, it's just I just pray that people just get over themselves and realize it's about these babies.
Yeah.
You know, if we're not coming together, at least find yourself to realize that, again, these kids are not asked to come here. And I encourage these parents to have more roundtables and elevate their minds to stay intertwined with the great path that they choose for their kids to have bright futures. That's the only way you're going to see a turnaround. You know, roundtables, and you know, I also encourage the kids to know that they are the CEO of their own university before they even graduate high school. I came up with that, you know, and it's EIU, it's Encouraging, Inspiring, and Uplifting University. Because once a kid is encouraged, inspired, and uplifting in high school, that's leadership. Now, when you graduate high school, you could use that to conclude your destination. You know, you can build on that. You know, because once kids struggle with that, so once kids develop a leadership at that age, you know, they can pass it, and we can see a turnaround. See a turnaround.
For me, man, I just appreciate being here. I know you always active in the community for a long time.
Yes,
coaching,
indeed.
Everything. I mean, from entrepreneur programs to the whole nine. So it's just you know, it's a privilege to be here, really. You know, and especially, you know, it's my wife's anniversary. So, you know what I'm saying?
So happy anniversary to
you.
you.
You know, happy anniversary. You know what I mean? So you know, so it's just you know, just even to be alive, man. After, and I'm sure y'all all feel the same. So now I'm starting to just look up some days, like just to even be alive. After what we probably all went through.
It's very important. It is. I appreciate you brothers taking the day,
time
out of your day, and come down here and be with us.
Sir.
You know, because this is what has to happen, man. Us brothers get together, and you know, and people get together and talk about the issues that's in life, and so we can let other people and we can express to them how we feel and what we think about things, and so youth can move on. Also take a piece from it. You know, we ain't trying to give them all, but you know, take a piece and and add it to your life.
Yes.
So you become a better man, you know, and some
Thanks.
women too be better too. So you guys are doing great things, man. I really appreciate
you.
what you guys do in the community.
Thank
so
you,
far.
man.
It's good to know you. It really is.
You too.
So this is What's Up with Jim, and we thank you for tuning in today, and I thank Tyrrell and thank Jessie for coming today and be with us. So we'd like for you to stay tuned for February 18th, and when we talk about cyberbullying.
Yes, sir.